Alright, this is MiniGrinder, and I'm going to paint some miniatures live. Let's see here, actually these are already painted. But, they're looking decent. So, I mean, the only thing I gotta do is just some touch-ups. I gotta crank out this guy's eyes, which is going to be hard. If you watch previous episodes, they like a manufacturing issue, blemish, a little air bubble that popped or something. Back in there, the one looks okay, possibly. So, what the plan is go ahead and finish up these guys, and all right, make sure that the live feed is turned off. Let's see here. Actually, these are already. There we go. I gotta put it up there so I can grab the link. I guess I could roll right click and whatever. Do all that stuff. Oh, well, let's just get started. Let's not screw around. So yeah, we're gonna touch these up. They're pretty much done. The only thing that I've done since the last time, since part 2, is I just went through with some black and went along some seams that looked messy. So I just cleaned up some messy bits. And that only took me about 15 minutes or so. Get some white out. Not white out, but let's get some white out. Let's see what we can do about this. Now there's a little bit of very small amount of black left. So I'm dulling down that white a bit. The white's too bright, it looks a little funny. Okay. No, it's just horrible. Okay. 1 second. That's what I'm aiming for. That's like that will work. Well, that's not where. But yeah, so I guess I can fix the. That looks good. Looks pretty good. It's this side that's the issue. And I think I found the guy over here. The eyes are just a little gimpy looking. They're like the placement is not totally symmetrical, but you know you're gonna have that. It's like you gotta give the credit where the credit is due, you know. Oh God, let's check one thing real quick. Okay, we are operating at peak efficiency. As long as we don't touch the camera, arm will be okay. Let's pull this black back out. And we'll just clean up. I'm not even going to dip any out. I'm just going to pull some right there. Right off the dropper. It's messy with black anyways. And what I'm going to do, nice consistent stream, in this thing. And where I feel that I've gone over the lid line, I'm going to dab it. So it looks better. And I can't feel it on this one. I think it looks fine. Let's see what we can give you. You can see that eye. Let's look at this side. You can see that eye, barely. It's back in there. But when you see them together, they're like little cattywampus. But that's okay. Cattywampus is a word in my book. So just deal with it in whatever fashion you know possible. Because, because. That's just the way it goes. Okay, so what else we need to do? This mammoth thing, I just didn't have the patience for it last time. Not one bit. After any of that last video, I usually don't have a problem sitting here for 4 hours and working on a piece. Um, but to do it 2 hours in this state where I have to constantly be talking, constantly not listening to music. I mean, you get the point. Okay, I left the autofocus on this time. I hope it's not too much of a pain in the butt. It's a little dull. I mean, they're ogres. They're supposed. I don't think they're supposed to look, very bright. Um, what the camera is not picking up is the nice, subtle shade or highlighting, and really crisped up the muscles there. Um, it's a really nice looking piece. The back is, the back shows you the technique or the result of that technique that I did in part one of this little Ogre mini series. But you know what I'm gonna do up here is these white things on the club. I'm actually going to reprime because that's the white underneath all the paint, and sometimes you just can't. It's just like a metal piece, a pewter piece where it gets handled so much at the end that you're forced to go back and touch up all the points, and then it don't even matter because after you wait, this nasty business over here, all that rough that's on the wood. It's I gotta be careful. I'm using my detailing brush right now, but I'm too lazy to switch it. I don't want to screw it. So, uh, I was talking about stuff, but I guess it don't matter. Oh, since I have the white out, I can actually highlight that jewel on his arm. Or I could just grab some of this and then I'll just grab it. Yes, like so. I might even hit it with the phone a little bit. Nice. Okay. And anywhere else? Let's go ahead and there's still a little bit of black on the brush. I don't want to make this white, but I want to make it not black either. Yeah, good. Worked out good. Looks nice and shaded down there. Now, teeth. That's good. Yeah. I just wanted to make that a little bit lighter in there so I could see what was going on. Just wetting my brush there a little bit. I think I got some of that on the upper jaw. I like to pull out a nice yellow for teeth. Actually, this is golden blonde, and yeah, it doubles as tartar teeth. Which works well. Come say At the bottom is a little ridiculous. Oh, good. Easy does it. I got some on his lip. I don't know if you can see it or not. It came a little bit. A little. I said a little wet brush will fix that. It's not. Come on. Okay. Um, it's okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Pull out some tanned leather. I got this. I'm gonna do this anyways. On Kagung's shield, it's the big skull on the shield. I'm pulling out the leather anyways because I want it to be highlighted more. Right now, it's barely noticeable that there's like 3 layers of paint on there, and that's not really the effect we want. So, need some more contrast basically. And just loading up the brush here. I don't want a lot of paint on it. Go to this guy. What I'm doing is just highlighting in his face, cheekbones. His brow. So the highlight color for this is tanned leather, actually, for the skin. If you're just joining. Okay. Nice. A little bit more highlight for his face. I will not be going in there and putting irises in. Not gonna happen. Loading up the detail brush again with some black, and basically just gonna go down the grimace in between the teeth. Yeah. Quick and painless. I'm gonna use that same brush. Just like got like a real beard hair on there or something. Oh, wonderful. I'm just going to line his teeth so it comes out a little bit better. There's another strap right here. I'm gonna hit that as well. I'm gonna hit it. Just lining the beard. Okay. The strap right there is tanned leather, so this will work out fantastically. This strap right here is also tanned leather. Yeah. You don't want to miss stuff like that. That's what makes your piece look, not as tasty. So over here, I actually highlighted this club with the tan leather. It worked out pretty well, and I think that's what I did on these pieces before as well. Use up some of this black. And what I did is I just drew a nice line along the crevice there. You want to make sure your black is just a little wet, but thin on the brush to get it to just drop those lines down. And they really only work in crevices like that. And your brush is guided, basically. I like it when a piece paints itself, basically. That's what I go for. So, how we got that tan leather out. Let's go ahead, get some dry brushing on here. I don't want a lot because I just want to test out first. I want to see what it looks like. So I'm just going to put a very small amount. So it is making it a little bit more kind of a desired result, actually. There we go. There. Yeah, a lot more noticeable. I'm just running my brush perpendicular along those radial lines and just picking up any extra little paint that's on the brush. I thought good. Well, the only thing that did not work out was eyebrow right here. I'm being a little bastard. Touch up that eyebrow in a moment. So what I did is I just put a little bit of black down in the eyebrow of that skull. I don't believe that I actually pulled out the golden blonde for the teeth. So I'm going to go ahead and just yellow up these teeth a little bit. Yeah, it's a lot of little touch-ups going on here, basically. There we go. It's looking pretty good. I gotta fix the spikes on this thing. Now, you wouldn't believe me if I told you this, but after sealing a miniature, a Bones miniature, it actually upset me that he bent back into his shape, his undesired state. And so I went ahead and just I dunked a painted miniature right in some boiling water, and it survived just fine. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to touch it up. I didn't have to do anything. I'm not suggesting that you do that, but I am suggesting that under controlled circumstances, you can do that. That's what I'm suggesting. So what's all the crap? So what do we got here? Busting out the aged bone. Little dabber will do. Busting out the earth brown. Look at these. Like they're already rubbed off. Like seriously? And then I got the earth brown out. I'm basically just gonna highlight with it. Up here, frost the top with some earth brown, basically. Okay. Yeah. Working out good. I can use the remaining to highlight up the wood here. I'm going to do it off. I'm just going to do a little here, a little there. Just lightly get it on there. Just wherever I see it's needed. Put this down. Okay. Like, what would have been wrong with just like a big metal walk on his gut, you know? I mean, I like the artistic license that's been taken here with this man with Ogre. And I'm a big fan of prehistory. But right now, it's just a pain in my butt. I'm just bitter because I want to be done. Shut up. Alright, stop touching this. You know what I'm going to do, actually. First chance I remember. I'm probably going to spray this guy. This piece is pretty much done right here, for the most part. A couple bits here and there. Pieces that okay. He is pretty much done. Calm. I think the only thing that I would like to do here paint the bottom. Gotta do that. So what I normally do when I paint the bottom is just use up whatever paint I got left on the palette. And I usually like to have some black on there too. I'm not going to paint his bottom until I have to paint the other bottom. So let me go check over the gunks. The spikes. And I got that out too. Nice. Okay, we're good to go. I'm busting out this guy. Yeah. He's gonna feel good. Fight, 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 fight. This is a nice brush. I didn't know if I was actually going to use this. I basically just use a big dry brush most of the time, or something to dry brush with, and then a detail brush. But this guy is lovely, actually. It's just really making it work for me, actually. Too much there. I can't get too excited here. Boy, I know I'll just be slapping gobs of paint on it. Oh yeah, this brush is awesome. I don't have to spend the next 4 hours fixing it. That's something the studying mathematics really taught me. Is how to be stupid. It wasn't until I studied mathematics that I realized how dumb I was. I did fine. I didn't know. High marks when I wanted to have high marks. Woo, 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 woo. Right there. Almost happened. It almost happened, guys. Just throw it away. Okay, there we go. Let me get these tops. Yeah, it's in 3 dimensions. Do not forget about the other dimensions. The other dimensions in question. Some of them I don't care about, but I don't really care about any of these, to be honest. It's good because you know I don't have to do too much touching up there either. All right, I'm gonna touch up these skulls a little bit, make them a little brighter. Nice happy skulls. Happy skulls in the frame, in the video frame. This episode's not going to be too long. Too much longer, actually. So if you don't think that you can hang on, just hang on, man. Just do it. Fix the spikes. This I will probably be boiling Kagunk does. His club is looking a little limp, I think. Come on. Come on, autofocus. Figure it out. Jeez, I'll tell you what. Let's take a look at him. I'll spin all around. He's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty nice, yeah. Nice. Both these guys. Looking very lovely. Just a couple of ogres hanging out. Be careful with this stuff. This stuff is real. I like a nice flat sealer, but this is real flat. Just a couple pulses. That's all I want on each side. Just gotta be careful. Grr. Gurgle. Gurgle. Grr. All right. Let's not resort to such lame tactics by appealing to the morons of what seems to exist in every subsystem. I like how everybody says, "Why is everybody so stupid?" And none of them, nobody means themselves. Lovely, absolutely lovely. Okay, so what is going to be our base color today? The black, the brown, the black and brown. I'm just gonna throw it down. Maybe even some of this. Oh yeah, that's pretty much now black. So some of these things I'm actually going to, the stones there, I'm actually going to paint. Believe it or not. You ever watch that back in the day? Ripley's Believe It or Not. Oh, man, so badass. And like scare the shit out of you when you're like just a kid. We're gonna pull out some muddy brown. See if it lives up to its name. I still got that mixed down, so I need more. A whole bunch of muddy brown down. Love it. That's what I want. Just loading it up. And I mean, what I normally do is, I mean, there's gonna be a bunch of flock down there and stuff, you know. So I don't worry too much about. I mean, you just got to get some color down there, so below the flock looks like dirt or something, you know. Got to do it. That's all you need to do. That's it. And the places where it looks like there might be rock, just chill out. Just chill out. We'll get there. Hang on. Do it, Jay. Whatever it takes, man. You know, chill out. I hear you now. Calm it down. calming down. Okay. Moving on with. Go. Just getting that color down. Okay. Now you don't want it to be a flat color. I mean, this is what I'm using over here. Right here. So I got some dark brown, some black, another whatever tan leather, some earth brown mixture right there. There's my muddy brown put right on top of it, you know, and then when I lay it down, I know what I'm gonna get. I'm just gonna get it. I know I'm gonna get it, basically, is what I'm saying. Is what I'm saying. I'm gonna get it right now. This used to be my most hated thing to do with miniatures is pasting, because you spend all that time on the paste and you're like, oh man, that's such a stupid shit. You know? But since I got into actually basing the miniatures, like making the bases look really nice, I actually enjoy taking the time to do it now. Like I'll actually meticulously go over this with a knife, and get a nice fine. You'll see. You'll see. It's not like you know, I'm talking to you, the people that actually watch this. And it's not just me. Actually, I don't really watch it. I mean, just purely for research purposes, usually. Is the only reason why I watch it. But, I mean, I just watched myself paint it. I can't want to do that again. I'm going to have to do that again in the future, you know? Well, this is the second time that I painted these two miniatures. And in as many months, actually, I think I painted these two miniatures last month. Actually, I'm doing it again. Nice good brown down there. I'm actually going to pull in this aged bone with a little bit of some more brown on it, and I'm going to highlight these rocks right here. Highlight these rocks. Just using well, I don't know what else is under there, but I'm just gonna rub it out. Another rock into this foot, or what I'm deeming to be a rock. Looks like a rock thing right there too. Go back through and highlight these quote rocks, unquote. Actually, love it when you can just quote yourself like that. Sorry, I mumble a lot. It's just how I just noticed that I'm mumbling. I was during some of my research today. Actually, I was showing my aunt. I had to help her pick out a printer. It's an absolute disaster. doing that. I just found something else that I gotta fix. Some of that. There we are. That's done. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're not done. Actually, guys, we are not done. And this ogre is wearing a ring. I'm putting down some honed steel. I don't think he needs a gold ring. Get over here. There we go. Nice. Sometimes I just think that this has to be a little better. This is why I do light sprayings with the sealant. It's because I'm bound to to go back and do more. I'm basically just nullifying some of that rust. It got a little out of hand in some spots. Basically, that's what I'm doing. All right. Couple more quick pulses, and then we'll base these. Flock them. Flock them, man. Flock them. Tons of guns. All right. How to base a miniature the MiniGrinder way. Here, you got your token really glue. It's pretty simple. So what we're going to do is actually a mix of this stuff and some snow. Here's what I do. We kind of basically want to make it look like a little tundra. Move this out of the way. My board is totally messy. It will forever be that way. That's used for. I mean, I put a knife into it, so I don't know what you want. So what I do is take my glue. Don't need much, but I do need some. Let's see here, what do we got? Exactly knife. Always works. Yeah, sorry. Technical difficulties here, guys. It's like closed up on itself. Come on. That could have been my face, by the way. Thank you for sticking around to watch that. Oh my God. What a pain in my butt. All right. It's without major surgery, That's not going to happen. That's why you can improvise with some of this. Now it's gel, which is kind of nicer actually, in a sense in which you get some clumpy bits. Put off that piece. That's what the tip used to look like. We're gonna put some dabs, basically. We don't want it to be. I'm gonna move it around with the tip. This is why the tips end up looking like that. It's because of this step right here. But I don't want to fill up the whole space because I want the grass to be a little splotchy. But I don't. Okay. Perform a space filling curve. Don't know what that is. Go to Wikipedia. Type in space filling curve. I'll wait for you. Go ahead. So what we have there is a bunch of glue on there. I'm going to take this guy and you just do that. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Yeah, it's messy on that side. That's okay. You can do stuff like move it off, shake it off. So it looks like this right now. I'm just going to blow it off. I'm in the basement. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. There's actually still quite a bit of gel that likes to stick around a little bit longer. Now, there goes on top of grass. I know. You see that? You see what happened there? You see what happens, Larry? I don't like that center part showing up. So we're going to hit that with some more. Now, snow, you got to be careful. You know, it can gel up on you. You know, with that kind of glue. There. There's your tundra looking base. Pretty simple. And to get that stuck in there, dip it a couple times and then spray it. Yeah, I don't want it to look like a typical base. I want it to look a little different, and that's what I did with the last ones. So I could go back through and paint a stone around that foot, or add more grass, layer it up, you know, any number of stuff. So I'm going to do it again. Your viewing pleasure. Somebody right now is saying, hey, that's not a space filling curve. And to you, I award you nothing. Nothing. That That's what the universe is made of. Nothing. And that's what you get. And you'll be happy with it. All right. There we go. Space filling curve accomplished. That was nice. That worked out nice. Usually you have to go back through and add more glue sometimes. But that gel allowed it to really pick up through through the grass. There we go. In you go, Kagunk. There. Just much off right there. Yeah. You'll see right here. We will not retain as much snow on this one. Just let chance and nature take its course, and we'll do some pretty cool stuff for you. So what I use for these bases is this epoxy putty. You can find it in the store. Actually, I use this for putting all kinds of large stuff together. Also, used it to piece together the Caladrith model, and actually I used it to model the bottom as well. Let's take a back step there, and he's right here. Here's Caladrith. He's absolutely huge in comparison to those guys. He's also up on eBay, but he's so big over time. His butt isn't suspended anymore. That's okay. That's not a problem with me. All of these things, it's just so very heavy. Because it's so very heavy, Paladith has a hollow space in the butt. You can see it's not hollow, but you can sort of see the line around where it was hollow. And what that is, and there is this epoxy putty, and it looks like this. It's usually a two-tone gray. What you do is you take off a bit. You can see there's like a little chunk right there. I cut these in like quarter circles and half circles, right? Little slivers, and I cut those off. You roll that up until it becomes one color in your hand, and then you can do anything you want with it. And what I do is do stuff like this with it, and I use it for all my basing. This is all that epoxy putty right here. So I get a washer, right? And then roll up some of that epoxy putty in my hand, and then put the base on it. I mean, put the piece on it, you know? It's pretty dang simple. And then I make sure that it looks sort of like ground a little bit, you know, basically. So, I mean, that's essentially what I do. So this stuff is called, so I had to go to one of the chain stores. I didn't have to. I don't know all chain stores anymore. And this is what I found there. This is high heat stuff. It was more expensive than what I was used to buying. It's also very sticky. It's very messy. I'd advise you not to get this. You don't really need this stuff. It did have a nice container, which I am now using for the cheap stuff. You want to buy it for the container? Go for it. And here's what it looks like, actually. If it I'm on a roll. I just took out another mall. There we go. It looks like this. Again, it's a two-toned thing. You cut off bits. I don't like it as much, to be quite honest. It's really, really sticky stuff. The other stuff, yeah, it's sticky, but it's nothing like. I mean, this just gets everywhere. It's so sticky that it doesn't stick to itself, which is not what you want. So what this is the first stuff that somebody gave to me. The Rector Seal. Good stuff. I like that stuff. And the stuff that I'm using right now is the epoxy putty from Harbor Freight. It's their Harbor Freight brand epoxy putty. And it's about $5 here in Ohio. In more fascist states, it would probably be more. And even more in the communist states. So, that stuff is really good. I actually use it exclusively now. Pretty much. I use that and just this Gorilla Glue. That's really all you need as far as gluing goes, especially if you're working with just bones. But, I mean, even with the big pewter models, like the P65 model, the Calidreth, it all worked out pretty nice. So there's really only one thing left with these things, and that is usually what I like to do. Is I like to go along the base. Basically like this, and clean up all the extra stuff, you know. And then when I'm done doing that, I then like to go along the outside edge, and I like to clean up a nice rim. Let's get this guy back down in here. It'll focus here in a second. Or I will force it to focus. Are you kidding me? Listen. Alright. I'm pulling out the big guns. One. I'm working on it, folks. I'm working on it. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Yeah, you can look at them over there. So, what I like to do is I like to create a nice little rim on this as well. And I sort of do that. I put the putty down in mind that I'm going to be doing this in the future. Now you don't have to watch me do all this. Well, maybe you do. You can watch me as long as you want. I'm into the habit of telling people what to do. But you get the idea. And then once I'm done with this, I go set it up on my gaming table, which usually already has prop stuff out and everything. Take a picture of it. Throw it up on eBay. And then I wait a couple months. it might not sell right away. I put up a buy it now price. I'll wait a couple months and then it sells. There you go. You get the idea. There they are. The Ogre Chieftains. Based and finished. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the comments. Give me a like. Please subscribe. I'm just starting out. I'd like to expand on this. I'd like to expand on what I'm doing here. And really, all it takes is just what you guys have been doing. I'm really excited. I've seen people have, at this point in time, wasted 10 hours of their life watching what I'm doing. And I'm eternally thankful for just that. If that can be 100 hours or 1,000 hours or whatever more, then I'm doing something right, and I want to do it even better. So, I would like to see that happen as well. As far as I gotta reach out also to the Reaper forums. They're pretty much the ones that have been watching this, and I gotta thank you guys also. Thank you all for watching. So obviously there's not going to be a part 4 of the Ogre Chieftains. I can give you a preview of what's coming up next. Actually, here's my workspace. Yeah, it's complete. It's what you expected, I'm sure. It doesn't always look like this. Remember, I had some high-speed epoxy putty come through here as well. So I'm going to stop cleaning this up. Now, I'm not cleaning it up. I'm moving it out of the way. I did not lie to you. You never know when you're going to need gravel, so go out in your in your driveway, or do what I did and send your son out into the driveway to go pick up some gravel. Multiple sizes if possible. I based this owlbear right here. I'm gonna see what's right here. Gravel. You don't even have to paint it. It's perfect. Yeah, but right here we go. He's primed, and he's ready to go. I might start on him Sunday night, actually. I've actually already pieced them, glued them together now. I know some of you guys are going to frown at me for that, but I did not glue them to the base. Yeah. 2 reasons why. We'll look at this more later. I mean, I like to paint the piece for what it is. You know, if it's hard to get to, it should be dark. You know, I did prime everything while it was not put together. When I put it together, and I cleaned up all the spots. But I don't like trying to glue things together after it's already been painted. So what we have here is Nether Maul, the Undying. That's a Reaper Bones, $40. Absolutely gorgeous piece. The thing is huge. He is absolutely massive. Also up, we got some more minor pieces. And these are probably all going to get painted next week. We got this Wraith, Fake Spectre here or something. Necromancer, going to have to paint him because he's an upcoming villain, which is why there's all this. We have one of these things. I can't remember this thing, what it's called. And then we also have the giant skeleton, which is actually pretty dang big. It's a colossal skeleton or something. I don't know what it is. So that's what's coming up. And I'm probably going to live stream all of it, most likely, because I'm going to be painting it anyways, and that's how I feel about it. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to stop in tomorrow and check us out for Archivo Deorum. It's my campaign that I live stream every week. We're using the Valentia RPG system. It's in the description. You should check it out. Yeah. Goodbye.